Hey, hi everyone. Today's topic is quality increase in the agile model. So, as the name clearly suggests, in agile model the quality is increased. So that means quality is definitely reduced in the traditional model. So let's take a look at the factors due to which the quality is reduced in the traditional model. So these all are the factors due to which the quality is reduced. So the first and the most important factor here is the testers are added in the last phase of the project. Generally, what happens is in project, developers develop the code and give the build to the tester after the deadline. So in the project roadmap, developer gets more time for the development and the tester get less time for the testing. But due to which the product does not get tested thoroughly and which increases chances of defects at the customer side. The second point is as the whole code is built early and if the requirement change comes in the end phase of the project, so it is very difficult to accommodate those changes in the current build. So due to this, the traditional models are very less flexible to changes, and as the testing we do in the end phase of the project, so the defects are also captured very late and they are communicated to the developers very late. And as the whole code is built already, so it is very difficult for the developers to fix those bugs. The fourth point I have already explained that tester didn't get enough time because the developer tend to deliver the build after the deadline. The last point is also important that tester doesn't have any other roles to perform in the traditional model other than his normal roles like bug verification, bug logging, and test case execution. So due to this, his job gets monotonous and which affects the work and it which in turn affects the quality of the product. So my idea here is to include the testers from the beginning to improve the quality. So that exactly happens in agile model. So we'll take a look how the quality is improved in the agile model. So as I've already told you, we have to include the testers from the starting phase. So as they are included from the starting, the defects are captured early, they are communicated to the developers very early, and as they are communicated early, so while coding, the developer fixes the bugs, and there are very less changes between the fixes. So if in case the new requirement comes in the middle phase or the end phase of the project, so as the coding is already in progress, so they can accommodate those new changes with the current build. So the agile models are flexible to changes. Also, one thing I have explained in the traditional model that a tester's tasks get monotonous in the traditional model. So exactly vice versa happens in the agile model. Testers have more roles to perform in the agile model. Like they are a part of planning meeting for the current and the future sprint. They write the acceptance criteria for each item with the product owner. Testers with good scripting knowledge also writes the unit test cases. As in my project, I use JUnit. They also automate the test cases for the previous sprint so that while testing the new features, they can regress the old features using automation. Apart from this, they do their normal work also: bug logging, bug verification, manual testing. And as the developers and the testers work in parallel in agile model, so there's a communication is very good between the developers and the tester. Also, one more thing here is in traditional model only the testers are responsible for the quality of the product, but in the agile model, as the developers and the testers works together, the whole agile team is responsible for the quality of the product rather just than the tester. So when we say we have to include the testers from the beginning, so first question comes in mind at the starting phase when the coder is coding the code, and at that time what the testers will do. So let's take an example of a 2 week release, 2 week iteration of how the developers and testers work in parallel. So so as you can see, I have divided the 2 week iteration in week 1 and week 2. So let's go through day by day. So in this for the first 2 days the coder will code for the module 1, say example module 1. So during that time, testers will write the test cases using the requirement documents, and the after that the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the tester will start testing the module which is built on Monday and Tuesday. And during that time, the developer will fix the defects that were logged by the testers while testing. Also, he will continue the coding for the rest of the part of the module. In the week 2, developer will continue the coding for the module 2, and during that time the tester will write the test cases for the module 2. And in the next 2 days he will test the code that is being built for the Monday and Tuesday of week 2, and also will fix the defects and will do the story development. And the last day, the tester will do the acceptance testing to test the acceptance criteria of the whole product. And if there are any bugs, then he will log and assign to the developer, and developer will fix that. So this is how the developer and tester works in parallel in the agile model. So tools that are used in agile model. So as you can see, there are very frequent releases in the agile model. So it is very difficult for the tester to test the new feature as well as to test the old features. So what happens in the agile model, the tester tests the new features manually and automate the previous build functionalities. So while testing the new features, they can run the automation scripts for the previous build to ensure that the previous release functionalities are not broken. So there are various tools that are used in the agile testing. For example, for database testing, we use Anunit, XUnit. For web testing, we use Anunit SAP Selenium, which is a play and record tool. Also, we use JUnit. In UI testing, we use Anunit Forms, Team System UI Test. In threading related testing, we use Microsoft Chess, Type Mock Racer. And for general testing, we use PEX. As we are testing the new features as well as the old features, due to this, there are very less chances of defects at the customer side, which in turn increases the quality of the product. So this is the conclusion that I have explained last 4 slides. So if we include the testers from the starting, so the defects are captured at the early stage and they are fixed at the early stage. And if there are any new requirement comes, the product is very more flexible to adopt those changes. And I already explained that not only the testers but the whole team is responsible for the quality of the product. The fourth point is, we automate the test case of the previous release, the regression are run in every iteration to ensure that there are no breakdown from the previous releases. And as the products are tested so thoroughly with the agile, as the previous build functionality with the automation and the new build functionalities with the manual testing, so there are very less chances of leakage in the product. And as the products are so tested thoroughly that at the end of each cycle they can launch the product. For example, we are building a project ABC, and we have developed only A, but we have developed A so clean that there are no defects at all, so we can launch A and then we can work on B and then we can launch AB together, that the old functionality with the new functionalities. So likewise we can launch this product at the end of any cycle. So in agile models, the testers has much more integration, much more collaboration from the start of the project, and which in turn increases the quality of the project and gives the high quality deliverables at the end. So due to this, the tester should be included from the starting, which gives the high quality output at the end. So that's it. Thank you everyone. Bye.